This demonstration we're going to look at using the Windows recovery tools. The Windows recovery tools are here to allow us to repair our device in the case of a failure that's maybe stopping it from booting up. So all I'm going to do is I've inserted the ISO file that I use for the Windows 10 installation. We're just going to start up the virtual machine. And when the virtual machine starts up, what we're going to do is we're just going to press any key when it asks us to. So we press any key, and what this is now going to do is this is now going to boot from the Windows installation media. And when it boots up from the Windows installation media, it's going to take us to do an install. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to reinstall the Windows 10 operating system. So at this point here, we are going to go as though we're going to do an install. But what we're going to do instead is we're going to repair your computer. Now what this is going to do is this is going to take us into the recovery environment, or the Windows RE. So, three options. Continue is continue. Let's just continue on Windows 10. Troubleshoot allows me to troubleshoot my device, and there's 5 different things we can do through the troubleshooting option. And then finally I can turn my PC off. So we'll go for troubleshoot. Startup repair fixes any problems that keep Windows from loading up. We've got a system restore, so we can restore from a system restore point. We can do a bare metal restore from a system image recovery. We can uninstall any updates that are maybe causing issues. And then finally we have our command prompt. And within our command prompt, all we're going to do at this point here is I'm just going to make that a little bit easier to read by making the font a bit bigger. And then we'll just square this off a bit. And all we'll do at this point here is we'll just clear off the screen just to make things a little bit easier to read. So at the command prompt, we could do things like running any of the command prompt utilities that we get. So for example, we can use diskpart. And within diskpart, what diskpart allows me to do is it allows me to manage the partitions on my disks. So once we get back to the flashing command prompt, next thing we'll do is we'll run a list disk. And to list the disk, or list the disks, we type in list disk, hit return, and as you can see we've got our list of disks. The other thing we can do is we can look at the volumes on these disks by using list volume. And we can see the volume, so as we can see at this point here, we can see D drive is called all files, we've got the C drive, E drive and F drive. So what we'll do is we'll just come out of diskpart by typing in exit. We'll just clear the screen off again, and then what we'll do is we'll just go to the E drive. And on the E drive, if we do directory, we can see we've got Windows files on there. So let's go to CD Windows. We can see we're in the Windows folder, and then what we can do is we can do a CD System32, and we can issue all of these command prompt type utilities. So let's just come back in here, and what we'll do at this point here is we'll just do a net start. What we can see at this point here is we can see the Windows services that are currently running on this device. So it could be one of the services that's maybe causing the problem, which is why we're in here. Other things we can do is we can get a list of services and their current status. So we can do something like an SC query. So we can see the status of the services running in here as well. What we could also do as well is, let's say potentially we've installed something that's causing an issue. Maybe we need to come in the registry editor, and if we come in the registry editor, what we can then do is we can edit the registry, fix any settings in the registry. So let's just close that down, and then what we'll do at this point here is we'll just exit out of the command prompt by typing in exit, and it takes us back to our troubleshooting options. So the next thing we'll have a look at here is we'll come back to troubleshoot again. What we have is, in our advanced options, what we'll do at this point here is we'll just click on the startup repair. Now what we want to do at this point here is we want to repair Windows 10. So we'll start our Windows 10 repair, and as we can see it's now diagnosing the PC. And what it's doing at this point here, it's actually going to create a file called srttrail.txt, which is our startup repair log file. So we'll wait for this to complete. We'll just pause the video while it's just running through diagnosing the PC, and we'll return back once the diagnosis is complete. So here we go. Let's create my log file. So the next thing we're going to do at this point here is we're just going to come back to our advanced options. And now what we'll do is we'll just exit and continue to Windows 10. And we'll just allow Windows 10 to boot up, and then we'll log in as administrator and we'll look at the text file. So we'll just log back in. And once we're logged in, what we'll do is we'll just go into Windows System32 log files srttrail.txt. So So into Windows Explorer, then we'll go to our C drive, Windows, then within Windows we're just looking for System32. Within System32, what we're looking for is we're now looking for log files. Then the SRT folder, and then what we're looking for is we're looking for our srt trail.txt file. And as we can see, if we were having any problems, we'd then use this log file to try to identify exactly where those problems were. So close all that down now. And that's the end of this demonstration of looking at the Windows RE or recovery environment. Thank you.